I believe that women cheat just as much as men.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to a video titled Women Cheat Just As Much. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl back for another video. So this video I'm going to talk about women and cheating. It seems like our society programs us to think that women do not cheat. It's men that cheat. Men are the dogs. Men are the pig. You can't trust a man. He will always cheat on you. We hear this in talk shows, TV shows, movies. Like I said, we're programmed to think that way. Also, we're programmed to think that men are the aggressor, the abuser. It's only men that commit violence. But yet, I know throughout my life, I've seen women be just as violent and just as aggressive as any man. But I'll make a separate video about that. But with women, I believe that women cheat just as much as men. This is from my personal experience, from what I've seen throughout my life.
All right. So what are your thoughts on what she just said? Like, do you agree with that? Do you think that it's pretty much 50-50 in regards to cheating?
Yeah, if not 50-50, I would say women oftentimes cheat more nowadays. I think just from my own experience hearing like from other people, it's mostly women that I hear it from. Guys tend to lean on the more like loyal side. Whereas for women, they're just like, they may get bored or they're not unhappy with something.
It's not exciting enough.
Then, you know what I mean? They'll just be like, let me find something that brings that enjoyment back or that excitement. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've done videos on this channel and studies. We looked into that where men under the age of 30, there's more and more virgins that are developing in these recent years, right? When you compare it 10 years ago. So what that means is men that are in the top 10 percentile and the top 20 percentile are having sex with majority of the women, right? So from that perspective, there's more women that are having sex than men.
I've seen a lot of guys cheat, but I've seen so many more women cheat. And being a woman myself, I get to be an insider to the things that women talk about. And yes, they will admit to one another that they cheat, but you will never hear an ounce of remorse. They always victimize themselves. What they'll say is, instead of saying, you know what, I cheated, it was wrong, it was dishonest of me, it was betrayal, and I'll never do it again, what you will hear is, well, I cheated because I had to. He wasn't giving me what I needed and what I deserved as a woman.
1000%. 1000%. She's totally hitting it right on the head. Perfect. Like, I think for most women, they'll try to justify why they did it, right? Whereas if it was a guy, like if they were talking about men doing it, being like, oh, he's trash, or oh, he's terrible, or whatever, right? But then for her, it's like, oh, it's okay, he should have done better, he should have been there more for you, he should have whatever, right? They
should have done something better.
Yes, they put the blame on him and not like looking inwards and being like, oh, it was my fault, I'm the one who actually did the action, I'm the one who stepped out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But why do you think that's the case? Like, why do you think women tend to justify it versus if a man was to do it, he's trash?
Honestly, I don't know why they do it. I don't know if they just don't have the self-awareness to say like, hey, like it's actually me.
They know.
Not blaming it the other person.
They know.
I think they want to, like, they don't want to put the blame on themselves.
That's
they don't
the
want to
thing.
make themselves feel bad. So they'll be like, no, but I had a reason. No, but it makes sense. Like it was with reason.
Make it
right?
make sense.
Yes, literally, yeah. So I don't agree with it, and it always makes me upset hearing this kind of stuff because it's like, what? You're the one who did it, though.
Yeah.
You're blaming him when he didn't do anything, and then you're the one who stepped out.
He's the victim, but yet I'm gonna twist it.
You're
and
blaming it.
You know what I mean? So
it doesn't make sense.
Jump right in and be victims and victimize her, saying, oh, you poor thing, he should have treated you better, you take care of his kids and you do this and you do that, and he should have appreciated you more and you wouldn't have had to go screw another man. But it's really quite scary how they do that. But they're never remorseful, and they always shift the blame on their boyfriend, spouse, or partner, whatever you want to call it. Back in the day when women did this kind of stuff, they were shunned. They were the talk of the town. None of the other women wanted to be friends with them. But nowadays, we either don't admit that women do these type of things, or when it is admitted, it's they don't get any consequences for it. It's totally okay for women to cheat. It's totally acceptable for them to have multiple partners and have children from multiple men.
Everyone sees it everywhere now. Like they're just thinking like, oh, it's fine, right? But if let's say if the narrative was that on social media, if someone was kind of putting someone else down, being like, look at her, she cheated and it's a terrible thing to do, right? Then more people would probably be like, oh, I shouldn't do that. But clearly that's not the case, right? Everywhere you see it, it's like, oh yeah, I have side people, side guy or girl, whatever, right?
Side things.
So exactly. So it's just like now it's more of like, it's more common to hear that someone has like a side piece or something like that, where it's okay to cheat because this, or even, well, oh my God. You know what kills me?
What's that?
There's this thing that I saw that's like, you need a guy for different feelings, or you need a guy for different things, right?
Yeah.
So if we have one guy for money, you have one guy to talk to, like emotional, whatever.
Emotional
you need
support.
Somebody else to go out to dinner with.
Nails.
Like, oh my God. Like,
but that's facts though.
Craziness.
That's facts.
That's ridiculous. You need a person for every feeling or for every situation. That is crazy to me.
And that's the problem though. Women are moving with their emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not moving with logic. They're not moving with a sense of purpose, right? Because again, we have completely removed the whole shaming aspect of just being with multiple men. We're now glorifying that and accepting it in today's society. And no one is holding these women accountable.
It's almost unnatural and weird to see a woman that doesn't do this kind of stuff. Women like that are now shunned and looked at as weird and stupid and lame and boring. But I don't know, I just, I don't enjoy making videos about this stuff, believe it or not. A lot of women will contact me that are very liberal, progressive, and get very angry at me and call me a woman hater, but I am one, right? And I'm a sexist and all of this, but yet I'm only telling the truth. I'm only getting on here and talking about the truth. And I mean, that's what it is. It's the truth. Instead of them addressing these bad behaviors, they rather attack someone for exposing it. It's completely ridiculous. It is not fair to portray men as cheaters when women do it too. And women do it just as much as guys do, and women cheat for different reasons. Like, one of the main reasons is they feel like they're not getting that attention from their man that they were getting in the beginning. Women are very selfish and very immature. You're not going to get the same lovey-dovey type attention, when 5-10 years go by with your man. But if he's coming home to you every night and you have his last name and he's with you all the time, that he loves you, he's committed. But that's not enough. Women, like I said, they're very selfish, they're very immature. They'll go cry to another man, oh, he doesn't compliment me anymore, he doesn't give me any attention. And of course he'll start complimenting her, and the next thing you know, wham bam, thank you ma'am.
Oh my God. Perfect. She's spitting so many facts. I just want to put that out there. Like, she's just,
you got to protect her at all costs. Oh my God,
we got to protect this woman.
At all costs.
Oh my God. Like, just the fact of like that, exactly what she said. Like, women expect so much.
Yeah.
Enough is never enough, right? For a lot of women, where it's like, you can have a guy that does so many things, where he's like taking care of you, he's working hard, and he's there for you and whatever, right? But then he's maybe one thing, he doesn't compliment me enough. That's all of a sudden that one little thing will cause her to be like, no, I'm good, and then step out.
They want it all.
My goodness.
That's the problem. Working 80 hours a week and putting a roof over your head is not enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then she had a good point at the end, where they may confide in a guy that has the intention of just simply sleeping with them, and then he's going to dump them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sweet nothings in your ear, being like, yeah, I'll tell you you're cute, sure. And then like 1, 2, and then I'm done.
I'll have sex with you, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then they'll just move on to the next guy and ride. You know what I mean? And just completely disrespect the guy, right? And it's interesting because you look at these types of stories where you see guys going to work, you see soldiers going to war and things of that nature, and they come home to their wife sleeping with another guy, disrespecting them, putting their life on the line. And it's just trash behavior. But what are your thoughts on that?
No, I was going to say, I think I saw like isn't it a thing? I think it was another video that I was watching. Like there's
I think it's Abba and Preach we were watching.
Right? I think that's what it was. They were talking how it's like a Jody or something.
Apparently it's common.
That's the crazy thing, it's so common that they coined a word for it.
I remember when my husband and I were, rebuilding our lives after Katrina up north. We were renting an apartment. We just had our daughter, so we had a baby monitor in our room. And they had a girl upstairs that was married with a newborn baby as well. And her husband would bust his ass. He was such a nice guy. He would bust his ass working for them to get their first house. They were saving up to get a new house. And one night he was at work and my baby monitor picked up a phone conversation she was having with a lover. And she was telling this lover, my husband doesn't give me enough attention anymore. He doesn't compliment me. He doesn't tell me I'm pretty. And he was like, oh, you poor thing, you're so beautiful. And I'll tell you that every day if you come live with me and this and that. And she was totally biting the bait. It was ridiculous. But, I was just thinking how selfish of her, how immature of her. Your husband's out busting his ass so y'all could get a house. And you can be home with y'all baby and you're crying to another man because he doesn't tell you you're pretty every day. You're a baby.
Yeah, I can't with this. That story is wild to me. I'm sorry. This guy is like...
But it's common though. I've heard women mention these kind of things.
But it's over the littlest thing is I think what's like mind-boggling to me is just like he has so many great qualities, but you'll overlook the one thing because of all the other things he has going on, right? Maybe he doesn't compliment you as much because he has so much going on.
Yeah, he's flipping tired.
He's tired. He's working like crazy, and obviously he's still coming home to you, and he still like holds you at night and things like that. So it obviously shows that he still is attracted to you.
Yeah.
Right. It's just maybe not like you just verbally. He just doesn't say it all the time.
Yeah.
For that. That's like enough for you to be like, just because he doesn't say it, even though I feel it, even though he shows it to me, even though just because he does not say it to me, that is enough for me to be like, hey, I'm going to talk to somebody else now.
There's another reason why women cheat. Let me think. Okay, so then you have these really superficial type females that are like the gold diggers, very attractive, spend a lot of money on themselves. They seek out older men that are pushovers, that have financial stability, and these are typically really good, nice guys. They will marry that guy and get their financial support and emotional support from him and then cheat on him with the bad boy. The bad boy will typically be jobless. So she can't leave her husband for the bad boy because the bad boy cannot support her and cannot give her that emotional support. So she'll, stay with the hubby for emotional support and financial support and stability and run to the bad boy for sex. I mean, that's just what they do.
What did I say? Did I not say this?
You said that.
God.
Perfect.
This is wild. I think what makes me upset is that like it's apparently okay to do this. Do you know what I mean? Just because you spend a lot of money on your looks and you marry like a guy that's much older than you just for financial stability, and then you just cheat on him because it's like, hey, I have one side of my life good, right? I had that secured. But I'm gonna go have my fun over here. There are women who just want to use men for money and that's it, right? So they'll do everything to coerce a guy into like looking the best that she can, spending all this money on surgery, whatever, right, to look like a Barbie doll, and then get some poor nice guy or not poor, obviously financially well-stabled guy who is, a beta, let's say, and just use him for that and then go cheat on somebody like the neighbor or something random. Like, forget about being a good person and marry someone for like for common values,
what I mean?
Good person and all these other things to look for. Forget all that. Just look for money.
Main reasons that I see, and y'all, I've seen women in my husband and I's own family, in my co-workers. I've seen women that are very respectable to the outside, church going, seem to have it all together. You would never think they would do such a thing, but I've seen it. And when women cheat, they don't just cheat for physical reasons. They get emotionally involved. And to me, that is the ultimate betrayal. That would hurt really bad, the emotional. But that's what it is. It's betrayal. And when women do that, and I know they do it, I lose all respect for them. I would never sit there and, pat them on the back and tell them it's okay and it's not your fault. I would never do such a thing. If you're cheating, you don't have any character. You're dishonest. You're not loyal. You're a complete waste of time. And, you know, you need to, you know, look inside yourself and try to change yourself, because that's, it's just the ultimate betrayal to me.
There's nothing further to say at this point in time.
So well said. She was very clear with her points too. Like, she did a great job with this video. And just also the inside of, like, she knows, she hears this. This is not just like from her thinking, like from
this is
media,
not theory.
whatever. This is from her own
This
experience,
is straight facts. Yeah.
Right. So you can only imagine how much this actually does go around. Right. But oh my God, overall, women need to do better.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is
Jesus
the
Christ.
problem. This is the problem with society, right? You just pat women on the back regardless of their behavior, and there's no accountability here, right?
But
so
more women need to, okay, so let's say there is the woman that, like, wants to talk about, like, oh, my man isn't doing enough, that, and I'm talking to somebody else. Stop her in her tracks and tell her what she's doing wrong. Don't just say, oh, it's fine, sweetie, or oh, it's okay, I know it's hard for you, and all
Yeah.
that. Don't do that. Like, actually, like, say what behavior needs to be changed and put your foot down about it, because it's not good, especially if you know the guy is a good guy and she's doing that behind his back. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I think as well, women don't like conflict, right? So for example, let's say you're going out and you see a bigger woman in a dress she has no business being in. You're not going to come out and say you're fat, right? You're going to say,
I don't know.
No, I'm saying your friend, right?
Oh, okay,
Let's say you have a friend, you guys are going out, you know, she's a bigger individual and she's trying to squeeze into a dress she has no business being in. You're not going to come out and say you're fat. You have no business being in that dress. You're going to kind of go around it. Oh, maybe you should try this on. Maybe this color will look better
Well, yeah,
on
to
you.
spare someone's feelings, right? Like,
Right.
That's what you would do as, like, just as a kind, like, you don't have to always be like, you're fat and ugly. Like, you don't have
Right.
to.
But what I'm
you don't have
saying
to be
is
harsh like that.
women don't like conflict. They don't like head-on conflict.
Yeah.
They'll dance around it.
Oh, guys will just be straight with it. They'll be like, bro.
Yeah, like what do you
You're not, yeah.
what are you doing?
Get it
So
together, yeah.
the fact that if you have a friend and the friend is doing wrong, most women are not going to come out and say you're doing wrong, because that's going to result in conflict, because that friend may be like, what do you mean I'm doing wrong? Explain yourself. What would you do different? You know what I mean? Like, there's going to spark this sort of
I'm not shy.
right. Well, I mean,
if it's bad,
that's
if
for
it's
you, right?
blatant bad behavior. That's two different situations. So
Yeah.
when you're like, when you have a girlfriend that is like, who's a good person, obviously she's like whatever, but maybe that dress is not as flattering, then you can give her a suggestion of like, oh, I think this would look really cute on you. That's different than being like, you have some character flaws that I need to point out, because this is not healthy and this is not how you should be moving forward in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's different to me. So it's just important to like point them out, and just, you know, because you don't want to continue the cycle for her as well. It's not healthy, and she probably doesn't feel good about it, but she's just doing it because an emotional fix, right? But it's like, no, stop. Like, don't do this to you, and don't hurt the other person who doesn't deserve it.
yeah, no, I get that. And again, that's what women should do. But most women, when we say most, 51% and over, the majority of women do not like conflict. So they don't like the fact that they have to confront their friend. If it's directly, indirectly, they don't want to have the emotion of conflict and to ultimately jeopardize that friendship. They rather just simply agree, because majority of women are agreeable in regards to their friends, right? They want to impress their friends or keep that relationship going. So they don't want to jeopardize that friendship to say, you're wrong. Let me explain why, because ultimately there's going to be that rift.
Emotional,
right. There's going to be that rift in that relationship that could ultimately sever everything. You know what I mean?
I get that. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.